In this lesson, we're going to review the depreciation formula. The depreciation formula is used in Microsoft Excel when you want to calculate the depreciation of an asset for a specific period using the fixed declining balance method. Let's take a look at the formula explanation before we jump into an example. The depreciation formula in Microsoft Excel is comprised of 5 syntax. First, there's the cost, and that's a required syntax, and that represents the historical cost of the asset. Next, there's the salvage value, and that's also required. The salvage value is the value of the asset at the end of the depreciation period. So assume that you have a 5-year life associated with an asset. The salvage value is the estimated value at the end of its life. For instance, can you salvage it and sell it at the end of its useful life to you for a specific dollar amount? If so, then there would be a salvage value that you would input. If the salvage value is 0 at the end of its useful life, then you would put in 0 for salvage value. Life is the required field to address the number of periods over which the asset is being depreciated. This is the useful life of the asset. For instance, if you purchase an asset and it has a 5-year useful life into production, then the useful life would be 60 months. The period is the period for which you want to calculate the depreciation. The period must use the same number of units as life. For example, if you use years for life, then you should use years for the period. Finally, there's the month syntax, and that's an optional field. That's the number of months in the first year. If month is omitted, then it's assumed to be 12 months. So for the depreciation formula, we start with equals dB, open parentheses, and then we put in the cost, salvage value, life, period, and then month. Let's take a look at an example on how the depreciation formula is used in practice. So in our example, Johnson & Co. purchases 3 pieces of equipment for its business at the cost, useful life, and salvage values noted below. Calculate the depreciation per year using the depreciation formula in Excel. So we've got 3 scenarios here. In the first scenario, the cost is $2.5 million, the salvage value is $50,000, and the useful life is 8 years. In the second scenario, the cost is $1.1 million, salvage value is $220K, and the life is 5 years. In the third example, the cost is $500K, salvage value is $10K, and the life is 3 years. So using the depreciation formula in Excel, we can calculate the amount of depreciation per year for each of these 3 scenarios using the declining balance depreciation formula. Let's take a look at our table of the solution. So for the first scenario in column D, we can calculate the depreciation for years 1 through 8 as follows. If we open up cell D36, we can see the formula in Microsoft Excel. First we put in the cost, which is $2.5 million. Then we put in the salvage value of $50K. For life, we put in 8 years. And for period, we put in 1 because that's the first year that we want to calculate the depreciation. We don't put in month because that's an optional field. And in this case, we want to assume 12 months per year. If we press enter, we can see that the depreciation for the first year is $967,500. We can continue to apply the declining balance depreciation method in Microsoft Excel for periods 2 through 8 in column D. The only thing that changes is the year. And when we apply that depreciation all the way through year 8, we can see the depreciation decline over time. And by year 8, it becomes $31,468 of depreciation expense. If we take the sum of the depreciation for years 1 through 8, we can see that the total is $2,450,155. The salvage value is $50,000, but we've got a small difference because of the calculations and the rounding. So the difference in this case is only $155. So our estimated salvage value is actually going to be $49,845. The total depreciation over the 8 years is $2.450155. If we look at scenarios 2 and 3, we can similarly calculate the depreciation using the declining balance depreciation method in Microsoft Excel. In scenario 2, there's only 5 years of depreciation, and in scenario 3, there's 3 years of depreciation. If we take a look at the total depreciation for scenario 2, we can see that's equal to $879,665. The salvage value is $220K, and the difference is $335. The depreciation under example 3 or scenario 3 is $490,049, which leaves a salvage value close to our approximation of $10,000. It actually becomes $99.51 with a small difference. So that difference is really equal to the difference between the estimated salvage value and the salvage value per the calculation of the depreciation formula in Microsoft Excel. So at the end of the useful life of the equipment in each of the scenarios, we're going to have a small salvage value balance. And once the equipment is sold for that salvage value, it'll be completely written off the financial statement. So if we take a look at scenario 1, for instance, we have a $2.5 million cost. If we subtract the depreciation of $2.450155, we're left with salvage value of $49,845, and if we sell it for that amount at year 8, then we're left with $0 on our books. So that's how you use the declining balance depreciation method within Microsoft Excel. As you can see, it is declining year over year, so we can tell that the formula is working accurately and becomes fully depreciated to its salvage value at the end of the useful life. If I were to remove the salvage value in scenario 1, we'd expect depreciation of the full $2.5 million by year 8. And if I do that and I put in $1 within the salvage value, then I can see that on a declining balance basis, it becomes depreciated more rapidly over time. And by year 8, there's only $5 of depreciation expense left, and the salvage value is $1. For this formula, the declining balance depreciation formula in Microsoft Excel, you actually can't put a 0 in the salvage value syntax. Otherwise, it's going to depreciate the whole amount in year 1. You actually have to estimate a salvage value of $1 at the end of the useful life in order for the formula to take into consideration that the asset should be depreciated over a number of years and not just 1 year. Hey guys, thanks for watching this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe from you. And if you want to learn more about Microsoft Excel, check out these videos above. And don't forget to check out our website, commercecurve.com, where we have lots of in-depth finance and accounting courses available with full training workbooks. All of our courses come with complete workbooks of lessons, examples, pre-built financial models, and training video. Hope to see you there.